Welcome to the Raw Food Health Empowerment Podcast. I'm your host, Samantha Salmon, certified holistic health coach and author of You Can Afford to Be Healthy. And this podcast looks at a holistic approach to health from a multi-generational and multinational perspective of women of color. All right, so today we're going to be taking a walk down memory lane for you, right? I was recently asked a whole bunch of questions about your past, really, which I had no business to answer because I don't really know. In this journey of, being interviewed on these different podcasts and things, I'm being asked questions that I didn't even fathom I would be asked. I don't know why, for some reason, it never came to me that that folks would ask me those questions, but they're really good, interesting questions, and we've touched a lot on your youth in Jamaica in the first season of the podcast, but the details that how I understood obviously are not quite accurate. I said on the podcast that I did the Money Matters. I think it's called Money Matters with Gwen, talking about how you lived in a hut. My understanding was it was just a small, because when we went to Catadupa, which is where you're from in Jamaica, that's where I saw our family living,
Okay.
I'm gonna just say, just so I don't out anybody, but Uncle E, let's call him Uncle E, that's basically how he was living. And he was the only family member that I got to see his house, and there were a lot of people living like that in Catadupa, which is close to Montego Bay for folks who don't know.
Okay. So Mama is here. Wait 1 second though. Mama is here to set the record straight.
Okay, yes.
Because your mama left Jamaica when she was 19. So she had enough knowledge of everything. So whatever you need to know, just ask Big Mama. She's here. Okay. So touch on the first one and I'll answer.
The first one was, you said you did not grow up in a hut.
No, I did not. Let me set the record straight. Where we took you and you met that cousin of my dad, he was 91 years old. That was a family lot. It was the only reason why it didn't look so huge to you, because where we grew up, trees and everything started to grow up over there. What happened when we left our home? We had a 3-bedroom home with veranda and every wraparound veranda and every. No, it wasn't wraparound. My grandmother had a wraparound. We had a veranda.
For those who don't know, a veranda is basically a porch.
It's a deck or a porch, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So we had a house, a 3-bedroom house with a veranda, a living room, and a dining room. Not formal living or formal dining. Living where family gather in the living room and dining room.
So why?
When I left Jamaica, the house was rented out. Mm-hmm. Family members were collecting rent on the house. When the house was no longer rented, squatters moved in. And they burned the house down to the ground. So when you went to Jamaica, we stayed at the Half Moon Hotel. So you were living paradise, going into the country where people live their normal life. They don't live that kind of hotel life. They live normal life. So the houses that you see, what we call houses in Jamaica, not mansion, houses, you call it a hut, but that's not how they build huts. Okay?
I saw Uncle E in
No, that's a house. That a house is not a hut. It's a house. A hut is not built like that. But to set the record straight, now I didn't grow up in a hut. I grew up in a 3-bedroom house.
Okay, 3-bedroom house.
2 doorways from the front and 1 door from the back. We lock our doors at night.
Okay, and then so I have but then an aunt, we'll call her Aunt M, shared a picture of a kitchen that looked like basically like a hut. Everything is
Okay, no, not
stone.
our
The
kitchen
floor
though. But
is dust. Is like not dust, but like sand, and basically just like outside floor.
it wasn't our kitchen though. We had an outdoor kitchen. But later on in life, we had a kitchen, um, additional kitchen add-on to the house where we have a stove and everything. But like certain things we cook in, we don't cook it inside the house because we kind of was concerned about how the place smelled with food and all that stuff. So most of the thing was cooked outside. But no, we never grew up into a hut. No, that was the living there. We never grew into a hut. We know huts, but we never even have huts in Catadupa. I never know nobody have huts in Catadupa.
Okay. So what
So
would
we
you?
get that straight now.
Yeah, we get that straight. I
Okay,
had.
because let me tell you, we live on a family land where we is surrounded by homes. But when you go there, most of those homes are already gone. We live into a nice area that you could go further down to my grandmother's house and look down at the public school.
Mhm.
We had a lot of land, and beyond the houses, them that's where they do the farm work in.
Yeah, but you don't really own that land.
Well, it's in the family. Nobody else can own it unless they pay taxes. As long as the family member, any family member may pay taxes on it, we have, until this day, I don't know if there's a title for the land.
Mm-hmm.
The dead cannot speak and they're all gone.
Mm-hmm.
But, God bless us all that we have our own land, we have our own houses. We're not looking back there to build anything or, not, even if I was supposed to go back there, I probably wouldn't live in that era no more because it's not that developed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So I had the understanding that you and your 7 siblings slept in the same bed
No,
because
I
there
don't know
was
where you get
no
that stuff. That's
this.
never.
I had guess I honestly I had to piece together information. It's
Well,
not
how did
like
you
there
get
was.
that though? You put those in your head or somebody told you that? No, it never happened like that.
So you
No.
didn't have to share beds at all.
Well, I personally didn't have to share bed with anybody. I had my own room that I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
But my two sisters had to share. We had 3-bedroom house. We share a room, but I don't think I had to share bed.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I can't remember that. I know Molly and Christine had their own room.
Mm-hmm.
And
But you would
remember, we
you
all,
would
although
remember you would
rem,
need for a couple and 8 children you would need at least 9 mattresses.
yeah,
So wouldn't you
we
remember?
had mattresses. Let me explain something to you. When we were growing up, it's not like 8 kids born at the same time. So the older one, when they leave, we were able to spread out. Whatever way we were living, I wasn't conscious of it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's beyond my consciousness, but I don't remember 8 of us sleep in a bed because that will never happen. First
Yeah.
of all, first of all, my mom wouldn't have the boys sleeping with the girls.
Yeah.
Okay, so it would never happen.
Okay, so and you never had to
So
share a
so
bed
I
with
had I
anybody.
had three siblings that was older and they already left gone on their own, which is 4. So
Mm-hmm.
it only left like 3 of us, 4 of us home. But we
Mm-hmm.
had our own room. We had our own rooms and stuff. So
I
we
see.
didn't have to struggle for sleeping place. Let's put it that way. Not that I could remember.
Mm-hmm. 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 I see. Yeah, I have no business talking about anything before I was born because there's so much that's unclear. Um, you know, because like your whole childhood and everything, it just is so far from my childhood.
For what you grew up in, yeah.
And it's not like a movie I can watch or a book I can read to like
Right.
get clear on details. So I'm piecing together bits and pieces of information I hear from you and other people,
Right.
and so it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle with missing pieces.
Okay, but this piece you mustn't miss though.
Okay.
Another thing, like I told you before and I said it on the podcast, I enjoy my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
I was even thinking about it today, watching Oprah and what was it I tell I was watching?
Oh, that
Um
woman. Hold
yeah,
on.
what's her name? It was on Super Soul Sunday with
Tara.
Tara West Tower. Let me
Yeah,
tell you,
West.
anybody would like to read, go out and buy that book. When I listened to her, because I didn't read the book, I just listened, and I get enough.
Mm-hmm.
And all I can tell you that I appreciate my childhood growing up.
What was so impactful about that
Oh my goodness,
conversation?
she went through some tough things, Sam. I sent you the video. I think I sent it. No, I was trying to send it, but it couldn't go through. But I'm going to send it to you because I can do it on the phone. She had a rough childhood, but after listening to her, I won't even go into detail what she went into. Let people be curious and read the book or watch the video. When I watch her, I just lift my hand and I give God thanks for my childhood growing up because we had a humble beginning. My parents were humble people.
Mm-hmm.
They never had much, but what we had was to me like a legacy, okay? Because we were loved. Okay, so we get spanking when we do something wrong. Okay, so most West Indian kids get spanking, but they made them better because they realize that is not out of
That's what
hate
you
that they
call
get
it?
spanked.
Spanking?
But let me tell you, it helped a lot of them though. It keep a lot of them out of jail. It's better their parents spank them than they go to jail and they get spanked in there. But anyhow, that is a long story. But I just appreciate.
Spanking.
Huh?
When I
I
think okay.
Hello. I appreciate my childhood growing up. I have nothing bad to look back and I say, oh my God, I was abused, I was this, I was that. No. The way we were living, we couldn't compare to anything, so it was normal to us. We
Yeah.
have to get up, we got to do our morning chores, and we better do it before we go to school. But, and this is what I want to let, folks know that we were surrounded by so much things to eat, so much provisions and stuff. As a matter of fact, my father was a farmer. And when my father took sick, we wasn't in want or need for nothing because we had uncles who was farming also. And they would pack a big basket. Well, one in particular, just one uncle. He would pack a big bag of provision and bring to us, walking distance, because we live on, the family plot, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing. I mean, my childhood was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't tarnished to me. And I appreciate that.
Coming to America. That part, not sure if I got that part right, but I didn't. Getting all F's on this report card.
I was well developed before I came here. I came
Right.
here when I was 19. I came in August. I was 19. And in September, I was 20. I've been here now 20 and what makes 68?
48.
48.
Yeah.
48, right? 48 years.
Yeah. So you've been in America longer than you've been in Jamaica.
Exactly. But guess what? I ate all the breadfruit, drink all the milk, the water, everything. I was well nourished before I came here. I didn't come here malnourished. Let's put it that way. So when I came here, and this is why we stress so much on the food and the availability to get the right kind of food and stuff. I was used to that. I was used to supermarket food and packaged food and all those stuff. Those things we used to get barrels from over here from one of my uncle. And my sister also was here because she came here first, my older sister. And they used to send packages and barrel. And that's how I get used to packaged food. I didn't even know you could put a fish in a can. Because, we used to eat fish down there, fresh fish from the sea. Shrimp that they get up here in the supermarket, we used to go catch our fresh shrimp ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when I came here, I had the full history of Jamaica or of Catadupa, where I'm from, to be honest with you. Because
Yeah.
I'm not from the city. I'm a suburban girl, country girl, but rather.
Country, yeah.
Real country girl.
So yeah, so basically you went from everything is accessible, but with some kind of intention and activity. It's not like packaged or processed. Like you want fish,
We
you
didn't
go
have
fishing. You want you want meat, you actually have to go to a butcher, you know, because you guys weren't butchering your own meat.
no, but we have relative who does it, who was really a certified butcher.
So this was one of the things that I feel like I was asked or I was trying to explain, but I'm not really clear. Like, what exactly did grandpa do and grandma do? Like, what was their profession? How did you guys live? So, like, the food is
Okay.
there,
Well, while
but
we were in Jamaica, my mom, she was a housekeeper for some rich folks in Montego Bay. That's where
mm,
she was working. And my dad was a farmer. My mom always worked.
and what did he farm?
They used to do, they had a mill where they used to do cane sugar, and they
Mm,
do exporting of those things,
cane sugar.
cane sugar, and they do the export. And they used to do, because they have to put the sugar now after they do it into some big cans, and they export it. And then they do, where they send it someplace where it get refined.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do, my dad used to farm a lot of banana. So my mom, she would work out, and before she went to work, that I can remember, before she went to work in Montego Bay, she used to sell at the market. She used to have all her things, and she'd go down to the market and she sell, and then she come back and go in the morning and come back in the evening, because we have the train that go take people to the market and so. But
Mm-hmm.
that's what I could remember very
So,
well.
like in today's world, she would be like at the local farmers market,
Yes,
and
she would be at
and
the local.
from
Yes,
with her stuff from her own
her
farm,
garden. Yeah,
and that would be just bananas,
sometimes bananas. Yeah, bananas. Most of it
sugar
is all
cane,
banana or avocados and stuff like
bananas,
that. Yeah.
avocados, but
Uh
not
huh.
sugar cane.
No, man. No, no. Sugar cane never leave the mill. The only way
Okay.
the sugar cane leave the mill, it leave with sugar. Okay, they do the juice there. They have the horses that pull the mill. They do
Mm-hmm.
the juices there, and they process the sugar right there, and it go the wet sugar go into the tin, and wherever the sugar goes after that, because I watch the whole process. How they boil down the juice to make sugar, and
Mm-hmm.
then that tin, what they pack them in, I don't know where they send them to, but they send them someplace to get processed. Yeah, but that's
So,
what they
but
use.
the actual sugar cane was grown on your land?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. So everything was basically done there. It had its own like process. And she would be at the farmer's market.
That was a family thing with the brothers there. My dad and his brothers. That was a
Mm-hmm.
family thing. Yeah,
Okay. 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 Okay.
that was a good memory I had, because I love this season. They call it season for bouting. That's what they call bouting in
Mm.
Jamaica. They call it bouting. You don't know bouting this season? The Hylton them. So I used to go down to the mill to get my cane juice from the mill.
And what would you do with the cane juice?
Drink it.
Oh,
Cause
just pure cane
instead
juice.
of eating the cane go, my
Yeah.
teeth go edge when I talk about it, because I might use to edge my teeth. Yeah, but cane juice was nice. It's just that you can't drink too much of it. But we used to drink cane juice.
Yeah, I see. So basically your dad and his brothers operated a family business and your mom did the same thing too, was just a different side of the business with the farmers market, but then
Right.
she had to get employment outside the family business working for someone else. And eventually your father gets sick and
Eventually, mom gets sick, and sorry. Eventually, my dad gets sick, because mom was the healthy one. My dad gets sick, and his illness started from vanity, because he had a cousin. She was very, very vain, very vain. She was very rich too, and very vain, and she didn't like to see her cousin with this big bump in his neck. And she told him, she says, I have a doctor that could remove it for you. And what they did, I don't know if they lance it or if what that's what they call it, but they sent him home the same day. And wherever it was taking place, I think it was like 6 miles away. My dad walked it home and he almost bled to death. And that's where his illness started from that. So he become a little weak from it, but then he developed something went wrong with his liver, something, I don't know how they diagnosed that, but that's not what killed him. I think he died from heart failure. But anyhow, while he was sick, my mom went out. That's when she went out now and started to work wait, am I correct? Yes. When he got sick, not that he was ill laying in bed and so, but he couldn't work anymore. So that's when my mom went out now and started to do the housekeeping.
I see. Because
so
she couldn't run the mill and all that.
So after that, and she did enough of that. And in the meantime, I had an uncle that was here for a very long time. She took my older sister, up here to the United States. And my older sister is the one who got mom from Jamaica with the help of my uncle and, my uncle and other folks. But I don't know how that worked. But my uncle and someone else who wanted mom to work. So that woman helped sponsor her also. When she came here, she worked for that woman. So that's how mom got up here. And then after that, then mom got up, 4 of us. It was supposed to be 5, but one stayed back. He didn't want to come. He was in love. Anyhow, so she got 4 of us up here. And when we came here, that's when we spread out together in a big room.
So that part, when you say
together in a big room,
spread out together, because that was one of the things that I mentioned, was that basically when you guys all showed up in Brooklyn, y'all were in like your pods. So I just envisioned that people were living together, but all of y'all couldn't have been living together in one apartment.
We were in Brooklyn. We came to my sister's apartment, and she has a bedroom. She has a kitchen and an eating area, and she has a huge living room. So the living room was able to accommodate all of us. In the meantime, mom is out working because now mom has a steady job. So it was just the 4 kids there.
The 4 youngest.
We didn't stay there that long. Huh?
The 4 youngest ones.
Yes, we didn't stay there that long, but it was okay. We never have a problem with that because we had our own space to sleep. It's not like we all crumble on one bed or whatever.
So the 4 youngest with grandma basically in the apartment together.
Right. So
and then the other 4, one is in Jamaica, and then the other 3, one is in England, and then the other 2 is just living together, or
no. When I came up, there was 2 people left in Jamaica, 2 of my brothers.
Okay.
One was already in England and one sister was here. So, and 4 of us came up. So when we came up, we stayed with the sister that was here.
Okay. With grandma.
Yes.
Okay.
And that long after that, now mom got.
So that's like 6 of y'all in an apartment then.
But that's how it all goes.
Yeah.
After that, now she got an apartment. We all live happily together. And then we branch out, we work. I came up here on a Tuesday, and the following Tuesday I started working.
Where were you working?
I never stopped until now. I just stopped.
Is that where you got the job at the bakery?
Yes, ma'am. That's how I learned to make patties, and I know to make patties from scratch. I know the ins and outs. I know the bad, the good, and the evil.
So how did you go from working in a bakery to owning your own business?
Okay. When I was working in the bakery, it was just a thing to do because I want to educate myself. I was interested in going to not beauty school. I never thought of it. I was interested in doing nursing because, your mom always talk about certain things, what she want for her kids and all that. And that's when mom started to go to nursing school. Mom started at that time going to nursing school. And and she going to nursing school now, and she finished, and she's on the job now. She take care of older people and babies. That was her. She was infant care and
Geriatric
geriatric,
for the
right?
for the
Older people
elderly.
and babies.
Okay.
And I was with a friend because I met a girl, a young lady. She was very nice, and we become friends. And one day she decided she was going to sign up at beauty school. The same day, me going to sign up for nursing. And she said if I would like to go with her. And I said, sure. It sounds fancy, look fancy to me. And it reminded me of when I used to, a little girl growing up, always combing everybody here in the neighborhood. And I said, oh, this would be nice. In my head now, I figure I'm going to beauty school now just for myself, not thinking about it's a job, I can do it and all that. It's when I register in the school and they tell you, oh, you can make money and you can this and you can that and you can get help from the government to go. Because when I go get all the information, that's when I decided to go. And the rest is history.
Mm-hmm. Nursing school, when grandma was going, did the government help with that at all? Was there a program?
I think she did get some help, yeah. I think she did get some help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. So you decide now, you were working at the bakery, you decide to go to beauty school. And then how you end up owning your own business?
Okay, so when I graduated from school, I I was pretty good in beauty school. I was pretty good. I think I was, because we had to go to clinics. We had to go to, they call it clinic at the end of your study. And I did very well. So when I graduated, I was still living in Brooklyn. So I went and I walked around to the shops until I finally found a place and someone employed me.
So you went from basically door to door trying to get a job.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at that time, it wasn't very hard either, because as long as you have a license,
Oh.
yeah, once you have a license,
And at that time, is it like you work for the salon and you get a paycheck?
you're right. I was on salary,
You're on salary. Okay.
minimum wages. As
I
a matter
see.
of fact, I think they were paying like $130 a week, which is what some people make in couple hours.
Yeah.
But
But
that's
the money
okay,
is different now too.
because then I was an amateur. You're just coming out of school. You can't call the shots.
Hmm.
And the girls sometimes would leave me there, and I'm working by myself. It was an awesome experience.
And
That's where I
then
met. That's where I met my girlfriend Tina. Not the two Tinas. I met one in school, and Tina, the one in Florida, I met her because she came to the shop to get her hair done. She was my second girlfriend when I came to this country.
I see. I see.
Yes.
So you're there working at the salon now. How do you manage to have your own business? Because the people, they get jobs, but how do you
Good
have?
question. Good question. That salon, I don't think I worked there. I graduated in 77. I left 77 the same year. I went and get a job. And I finished out that year. I graduated May 77 and I finished out the year of 77. 78, I came over to Queens. And that's when I walked into one of the biggest salon in Queens, well-known salon, but it's called Gentleman 3, and it was up for years, running by a mother with her three sons. And I got a job there. And I work on, how did I, yes, it was a commission shop, a salary place. And I work in commission until I was able to rent a chair. And when I rented the chair and everything was going very well, but didn't know that the owner of the business was messing with what he not supposed to mess with, he end up, losing his business.
Mm-hmm.
So I was living in a high-rise building, and I decided, I said, okay. I went and I fixed up the bathroom and I fixed up the dining room, and I was doing my stuff. Don't arrest me now, don't charge me. And I was doing my stuff, and that's where I did here and save all my money right there. Live beyond means, save my money, and I was able to open up my salon without borrowing a penny from the bank.
Live below your
Hard work.
means. Mm-hmm.
Very hard work.
So that
At night,
took you how many years?
um,
Like between the time you finished beauty school and the time you got your own salon, how many years was that?
I opened the shop, I think, in 1980, either 81 or 82. To be correct, I don't remember the exact year, but it's either 81 or 82.
Mm-hmm.
I opened the shop.
And I wasn't born till 86. So,
Yeah.
because this was a big point, like I was making on that podcast, was that I had a very comfortable childhood. At the time, you owned your own business, you employed your sisters, you employed your mother,
Yeah.
all my cousins around my age were living in homes that their parents owned. They had pools, you know what I'm saying? Like, we basically, at the point that I came, the family was pretty much living the American dream as far as I could see.
Yeah, we're on that part. What you those things that you those there, nothing was wrong about that. The only
Yeah.
thing in correction with after the shop and all that now, it's where you talk about the grandkids. You were correct. I went and checked it. You said 17 grandkids.
Yeah.
Sorry, my apology. You were correct. and
so I'm like,
and
the
I
numbers
think it
keep
was.
changing.
I went and checked. I did my homework, and I think it was 7.
No, there was only
No,
one great grand at the time.
no, 9.
Okay.
9.
I don't
9.
know where
Go back
at the
and
time at the time of grandma's passing, there was
9
only
grandchildren.
no great
I mean,
grands.
great grand 9.
Hmm.
Yes, Sam. When she died, she had 9 great grandchildren and 17 grand.
Okay, so I got
Yes.
that one wrong.
So we get that part clear now.
Yeah, you
Yes.
set the record straight.
Yes.
And we have less than a minute left, so I guess we're gonna end it there.
Okay.
Yeah, but this was enlightening.
It is, and if there's anything else you need to know about that beautiful, wonderful place, Jamaica, that I'm from, I can give you a lot of history. Kamala Harris will give you all the rest.
Where's her? She don't even know.
Well, yes, she does.
Because
She did spend time in Jamaica with her grandmother. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Uh-huh. Because it's only a year ago, she make of acknowledgement of her mom, her mom who raised her.
Yeah.
She didn't talk much about her mom.